Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we have a 2010 Chrysler Sebring and we're going to change out the window regulator. Because as you can see, the window is down. I can grab it, it moves, but it won't roll up and down. So number one, it makes noises inside. So that means the motor still works. And since the motor works, all we had to do was order a window regulator, which is down there. And it came from AutoZone, so I'll show you what I'm going to do when I come right back. Okay, so right here there's a little clip that you pull down to gain access, and then down here this clip right here has this clip right here has gone away, so you can find these two bolts and get these two out. I think it's a T20. I'm actually doing this for the first time, so we're gonna feel our way through this one just like we do on a lot of them. Apparently there's some electrical connectors in there. There's a little cable for the door lock mechanism, and we got to get this little guy off of here too. So let's get this off while we're here. We just pop it right off like so, and what that's going to do is it's going to allow us to get this whole panel up later. So I'm gonna gain access here by using a knife or something like that to get that open and take these three bolts off. Next is there's a bunch of around the bottom edge and around the side, there's a bunch of little like Lego pop clips thing, and you just basically pull back right here. You can use the special tool, but you can also use your hands and be real careful. Either way, just go ahead and get that off of there. Noting all the things I told you about the electrical connectors and the cable connector. Okay, so here I am taking the clip off. Just kind of be careful there. It popped out really easily. It has a little retainer there, so, well, sometimes, unless it gets hot and it breaks off. But we can fit it back in there. It'll clip in there good. Okay, T20, pull this open and just break the torque and take it straight off. After these things have been installed for 12 years, you know, things get a little crispy when it comes to old plastic, so just be careful. Keep track of all your screws. I believe all of these screws are going to be the same size if you keep them together. I just keep mine together with the clip. So far those screws are the same size, so I'm not worried about mixing them up. Okay, next step, like I said, is we're gonna get a handhold on one of these little clips. We're gonna get the handhold on it. And this is a good place to do that right here where there's a little bit of grip. Once you get one open, they all kind of, there it goes. It's making noise. There it goes. It's a bad sound, but it's actually doing what I want it to do. All right, so it's unlocked. Everything's unlocked. So what I'm going to do is it's hanging up on this side right here. That's why we took this plastic thing off. So we'll lift up on it, right about like that. Okay, and now don't pull too hard because this is still connected. And there we go. See how it's come off? Perfect. Now let's get these wires off. Don't worry about mixing them up. There's only one way they go in their own special little places. So set this off to the side somewhere where it's safe. And here we are. We have all our pieces. You can either take this off or you can keep it here. I'm just going to keep mine kind of dangling there. The less pieces I have to track down, the better. Here's an access hole we're going to be using where we can see inside there. Here's the motor. There's a hidden screw behind here, so we're going to need to take this particular two bolts off to gain access to the third bolt in the series. These two bolts are your window actuator, or I'm sorry, your window regulator bolts. Okay, there's one more down here. We're going to take the speaker loose. Looks like somebody's had this speaker loose before since it's not fully seated. Not sure how that happened, but here we go. I suspect underneath there we're gonna find a coiled up mess of something. So let's get our Torx bits on this. I'm also gonna need to take this speaker loose, of course, but I wanna see if the cable is wrapped around this motor. Sometimes it happens on any window regulator. I don't care what car it is. So from this point on, I'm gonna keep these tools together. I'm sorry, the bolts together, because I don't want them to get mixed in with the other bolts like this. I'm not sure that they look the same, but I'm not sure if they're the right lengths. This one's hard all the way off. I have an adapter I should use. It looks like somebody's had this window regulator repaired before.
Not that I know of, but I know they did one on the other side. You know what? They might have done that before.
Yeah, because I see some things where it's not
connected all the way.
Here. Some stuff looks like it's been done before. This screw is not all the way down. Little things like that I see.
You see?
All right. Aha! Look, it's true.
Look at that.
See that? See that wire that's all wound in there?
Yeah.
Okay. All that's gonna get replaced. The only thing we can keep is this. Thank goodness the splines are still okay on that. So, all right. So to get this off, you push to the left, like so. That's locked. You push open that. That way you can pull this loose somehow. Oh yeah, if you push here, it pops out. Okay, and we'll set this aside. I'm gonna set it next to my 3 bolts that I took it out with, right there. All right, let's work on getting this off and the speaker off now.
It's crazy seeing all this taken off like that.
Yeah, sometimes I follow a couple of YouTubers, and they say that it's like walking into the hospital and seeing a loved one in open heart surgery. So yeah, a lot of people, they're just like, okay, I'm gonna push the button and roll down my window and everything like that, and you know, that's all they ever think about.
You don't think of stuff like that. That's crazy.
Oh, and I just took the connector off of here, and a good place to put your screws on a speaker is right on the magnet. They stay. All right, next is this module thing. I don't know what this is, but it's made by Bosch. It's a relay, I think, for your window switches and your door lock, most likely. Oh, there's 3 screws for that one. Alright, and there it is, the hidden one. Okay. So typically what I would do is protect the glass from falling down, but as you can see, it fell down already. What we're going to do now is we're going to remove these 3 bolts, which will release the regulator, okay? And then I'm going to remove all these bolts around the edge, which I'm able to come inside there and take the glass clips off. Actually, you know what? I can take those off here. Okay, as I take the glasses out, I'll be able to see the clips I need. See these clips right here? Those are the clips I need to release the window off of, because the new regulators come with new clips. There you go. Okay, so what I'm going to do prior to letting this go, actually I'm going to let it go. I'm going to raise this up, and I'm going to suspend the window with tape. As I'm getting some tape ready, I'm going to take this. You got to be real careful with this. Make sure you don't drop it down, but you do want to have access to these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape one side. I don't care how pretty it is. And I'm going to tape the other side. Okay, that should hold right there. Okay, I'm going to do that. hopefully the same right here. That should hold. Okay, now we're safe. We can access our clips. We don't have to worry about the window dropping down. Okay, getting the clips off. That's the next thing. Okay, so basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach behind here, and there's a handhold on this back there. What I'll do is I'll grab it. I'm gonna take my watch off. What I'm gonna do is grab it underneath, pull it open, and disengage the glass from it. But it's easier said than done. We'll try the easy side first. Okay, that side works. It's this side that's going to give me the issue. Save these bolts because they are going to secure your new window regulator to this piece of plastic. And one last one. And that should free up this internals right here. It did. Actually, wait, there's one more. 4. Once I do that, it's going to free up the internals. Hear that?
Yeah.
I just freed it. There we go. That's what I did not want to happen with the window connected. So the window is safe up here. All right. I'm going to work on these, getting these off. I'm going to speed the process with a little bit of power tools. I think it's a 10 millimeter. There you go. First try. Okay, as you can see right here, you see this little thing? Okay, so back here, there are some connectors that fit. These two fit in here. So we're gonna make sure we do that when we put it back together. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna get the window regulator situated. And obviously it's backwards right now because we want this part facing us. So as you can see there, that's the part that got the cable wrapped around it. And then we know that this faces down, so the orientation in the car needs to be just like this. This is your orientation in the car for it to be proper. All right, let's put it in. Okay, ready? First step I'm going to do is line up the holes for where the motor mounts in. I'm mounting it to the plastic piece. There we go. There we go. That's the first part of this. Okay. Now I've lined up these two holes. I'm going to go ahead and put that there. Secure these two. I'm not going to tighten it up real tight yet. I'm just going to get it in there. Okay, now I can release my hand off of that one. Now it's time to line up the other side. little threaded hole back there. Apparently there's some areas you can line up with pieces of plastic. And I just did, well, almost. There he goes. You line it up with a little plastic alignment nub. It's like a plastic alignment nub. Okay, got that one in. And we'll line this one up too. Perfect. Now that I've got the 4 in there, I'm going to go ahead and secure them tight, but not too tight. Just securing them. That one's tight. This one needs to be tighter. Okay. Now nothing's interfering, nothing's trapped. All right, let's try this. I'm going to attempt to line this back portion up with this. It's probably going to be hard to see on camera. So the access hole is helpful for that. So I've done it. Okay, it's staying. Okay. I didn't like what I was trying to do to it. Okay, I've secured one side. And secure the other side as far back as you can go on this side. Not too hard. Don't hit it with full torque yet. All right, let's see if this is still good, and it's not. I have to line it up again. Okay, there it is. It grabbed itself. All right. Okay, at this point, go ahead and make sure everything is headed back to where it needs to be. All these little wires, find out where they've been forever and put them back where they go. If you have to help it, help it. Don't hurt the wires, but help them go where they need to go. It's important you route the wires correctly, because when you mount the door card again, it needs space for everything to go. These wires don't like to be pinched. And we're hoping this will be good for the rest of the life of the car. So we're trying to do a good job. That's a speaker wire. And that has a little spot right here to go. The speaker wire has its own little slot. All right, so before we start securing all these other things in, let's get everything tightened up for the window regulator. All right, next step is kind of important. We're gonna line up the regulator with the actual window. So, right now they're too far down. The white clips that we were dealing with earlier are too far down the track. So, as I raise them up, watch this. As I raise them up inside, it'll turn. That'll turn as I do that. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line the holes up, It helps to have a flashlight, but you can see it right here. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna raise it up until it clicks in its home. So I'm gonna support the window as I pull up. And what'll happen is it'll click in, hopefully. I'm actually gonna have to help it a little bit. Okay, so with a little bit of perseverance, I was able to get that clip in and this clip in here. And now as I roll the window up and down, you can see right here, it moves. But I have the window suspended right here. I don't want it to fall in. So what I'll do now is I'll connect the motor back to where it needs to be. It has alignment pins here and just needs to be wiggled into place typically. Don't forget, you know what, let's go ahead and connect that first. We'll connect this electrical cable. Once it's clicked, lock it. And secure it with these little screws. All right, so we have our bit attachment. We're gonna go ahead and speed that down. I'm gonna finish it up. Still a little bit loose on the top. I'm gonna finish it up with a manual method here. Okay, that's good. And that's good. Good. Nice and tight. All right, we should be able to operate the windows normally now. This can go back. Everything's secure. Just put it back to where it likes to be in its airtight thing there. Place this thing back where it goes. It has a little alignment pin. See that alignment pin?
That's crazy seeing this. Good grief.
Yeah. I mean, it's not hard. It's just tedious, and every single window regulator is different than the other. There's no the same going on.
One thing, looking inside that door, I realized there's not much between that and something hitting you.
And all of our screws are still there for the speaker.
Oh yeah, with the magnetic.
So you can rock out again. There you go. Rocking out. They wrap it with tape right where it goes in. Mm-hmm. That way it doesn't chafe as the vibration happens over the lifetime of the car.
There you go.
Always careful putting these on. You don't want to put the screwdriver through the speaker on accident, so be careful. I'm not sure how much a dealer would charge for this, but the window regulator ended up being right around $80 to $100, depending on which website you go to. So you're saving a lot of money, because what they're going to do at the dealer is they're going to tack on $100 an hour labor.
Oh, wow.
So if you do it yourself, I'm showing you how to do it yourself, you can just do it at the cost of the parts. So that's why I made this channel, guys. So you can do it at the parts cost for you. So we made it better than we found it. Remember that screw was loose a little bit?
That's right.
We got that one tight now. Nice. This is all good. Just gonna go over your work a little bit, make sure everything's in there where it needs to be. Make sure you didn't trap any wires under here. And I should have 3 of these. And there we go, we're almost ready. Okay, so feed your handle back in. And it has a little clip back here. And make sure your lock mechanism goes through the hole. Good. Okay, so I've secured this one. I've made sure that it's better to have it in the unlocked position. I've kind of maneuvered it into place. Like we took it off, there's a lip that goes the whole way across here, and it kind of secures the door down. At this point, I'm ready to push all the little rivets down in. Now this door is really brittle. Everything's brittle, but there's only one way to do it, and that's to smash it down. So we've smashed it, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish tightening this bolt right here. Okay, don't make it extremely tight, but that kind of secured everything that was loose earlier. And we're going to put the last 2 bolts down inside here where they go. You can kind of barely see the holes. It's hard to see it in camera. I didn't tighten that bolt because I want to be able to manipulate this bolt around if I need to. Okay, now I can tighten them. Now that I have them both in there, I can tighten them both. Okay, more or less. Okay, now we can safely take this off. Okay, it should not come off or come down. Clean this guy's window before we let him go, because I've been making a mess of this window. Okay, got this out. Now we can do a quick look around to see if you missed any screws. If you missed any screws, you're probably wrong. You should find out where you misplaced your screw. My guess is that won't stay. It's made out of that same really cheap plastic. It's probably why it was gone there too.
We can glue it later. It's no biggie.
Glue it later. All right, last thing. I actually have a lot of confidence that my repair worked, so I'm just gonna put everything back together. That just kind of goes in just like that. Kind of simple. Okay, so we're gonna turn it on to position 2. Check our back window, see if it works. Oh, wrong one. It didn't work. Okay, it works. All right, let's try this work. Okay. It works just like it should. All right, so next step is to clean the window. But hey, if you'd like to see videos like this where I show you how to do it yourself with minimal damage, right, and minimal cost, but maximum result, tune into my channel. I just fix it myself. Thank you again. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.